Hey fellow writers, I am currently reading a novel by a very well-known fantasy author who I like quite a bit. At least I like his one series quite a bit. I'm not sure how I feel about this other series I just started. It's not the characters that have me questioning my interest. Overall, they're pretty well done. The basic plot is intriguing enough and the dialogue is pretty believable too. The setting, admittedly, does get a bit tricky at times, but that's to be expected with fantasy to some degree, so that's not what is throwing me off either. What's throwing me off is the sheer amount of action, of drama, the fact that the main character literally and literarily just cannot catch a break. Please, fantasy author in question, please just give him a break already. Okay, so I'm not saying that because I'm just so emotionally invested in the main character. I mean, I like the kid, but I'm not going to go break down sobbing if he gets hurt or dies. It's much more a matter of psychological imbalance. Any thriller, action, adventure, or otherwise dramatic story ever written needs a give and take between thrilling action, adventure, drama, and quieter moments. In other words, you're not supposed to turn everything into a high-speed chase. There is supposed to be some cruising too. Take NASCAR, which I've admittedly never watched and never intend to watch. No offense to anyone who likes NASCAR. If that's your thing, then more power to you. But as I understand it, it is one long-winded fast-speed chase that nobody, not even diehard fans, pays attention to the whole entire time. Why? Because watching one long-winded fast-speed chase for 1.5 to 4 hours straight, which I believe is the typical length for a NASCAR race, that is the very definition of a snooze fest. It's boring. In the same way, having a main character run away from one threat only to immediately run into another threat, escape that threat, and immediately find himself trapped in another threat, and escape that threat only to immediately find himself ensnared by yet another threat, is boring. It needs more, or from another angle, I guess you could say that it needs less. Less like moments of quiet contemplation, casual or even pointed dialogue from characters as they walk or limp off from the last round of danger. Settings where they take a second, maybe even two, and just breathe. An author should never seek to keep his readers on the edge of their seats for too long, otherwise their butts and their brains are going to go numb. I know that sounds very snippy. I'm not trying to be snippy, though. I'm just trying to be emphatic. And sometimes I guess it comes across one way or the other, or both at the same time. Anyway, speaking of numb, I just realized that there are actually 2 issues I have with this fantasy series, but this video is probably already long enough, so I will just go ahead and cover the next one next week. In that case, I hope that you have an absolutely wonderful next 6 days, and I will see you next Monday. All right, bye guys. Happy writing.